Evening, sir.
All right. Prerna, we'll start as soon as the other student joins. So we'll wait for 2 more minutes so that other student could join, and then we'll start the session.
All
Is that
right,
okay?
sir. Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, could you please remind me till which question number we already did in the previous class? It was the last question we were doing.
Question number 10.
Question 10 we did in the class.
Yeah.
You were there in the previous class?
Yes, sir.
I think we did the
Question
question
number
number 11
11.
as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So that means we need to start with this question number 12. All right, so let's get everyone else joined and then we'll start with question number 12. Kindly wait for 2 more minutes. All right, so Prerna, let's start the session. I don't know what's wrong with the other student. They're not able to join or what. Anyway, so let's continue with question number 12. We'll first of all read the question carefully and then we'll start the solution. It says Amrit Dhara Limited issued 800 equity shares of rupees 100 each at a premium of 25% as fully paid up in consideration of the purchase of plant and machinery of rupees 1 lakh. Past entries in the company's journal. Now see, this question is saying that Amrit Dhara Limited is purchasing a machinery which was valued at 1 lakh, right? But instead of paying the seller in cash, Amrit Dhara have issued 800 equity share as a consideration for the plant and machinery. Got it? You understand the question? Amrit Dhara have bought a machinery, but apart from instead of paying the cash for the machine, plant and machine, Amrit Dhara have issued 800 equity share having a face value of 100 each at a premium of 25% as fully paid up in consideration of the purchase price of the plant and machinery. So that is the question we need to. Question is telling us to pass the journal entry. I hope the question is clear, Prerna.
Yes, no.
Okay, so let's start with the solution. Solution to question number 12. Question number 12. So firstly, what is happening? Amrit Dhara, there was a vendor, or you can also call him seller. Name of the seller is not given. Amrit Dhara have bought plant and machinery from that vendor. Value of that machine, plant and machinery, was 1 lakh, right? But instead of making the payment in cash, what Amrit Dhara Limited did, that Amrit Dhara Limited have issued 800 equity shares. Amrit Dhara have issued 800 equity shares having face value 100 each, but at a premium. Shares were issued at a premium of 25%. 25% is premium. All right. So mode of payment is other than cash. This is the payment being made. I hope the question is clear now. Prerna?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since Zainab is joining late for the session, let me explain this question one more time. See, Zainab, in question number 12, it says Amrit Dhara Limited issued 800 equity shares of 100 each at a premium of 25%, as fully paid up in consideration for the purchase of plant and machinery for 1 lakh past entries in the company journal. So we need to pass the journal entry in this question, but question is telling us that Amrit Dhara Limited has purchased a plant and machinery which was of rupees 1 lakh. But instead of making the payment in cash, what Amrit Dhara Limited have done, Amrit Dhara have limited 800 equity share having a face value of 100 each at a premium of 25% per annum. 25%. Got it? So plant and machinery was purchased. Plant and machinery was purchased at value which was 1 lakh. But instead of making the payment in cash, company have issued 800 equity shares. So considering this, we need to pass the journal entry. I hope the question is clear, everybody. Now, let's start with the journal entry. So we'll first of all we'll pass the journal entry for the purchase of machinery. All right. So any one of you, please tell me the journal entry for the purchase of machine.
Plant and machinery account debit to vendor's account.
Yes, that is right. Yes, sir. We'll first of all pass the journal entry for the purchase of machine, which will be plant and machinery account debit. Right. Two, since the name of the seller is not given, therefore, instead of writing down the name of the seller, we will just write down to vendor's account. Vendor means sellers. Vendor's account. So we bought the machinery for 1 lakh. So we'll write down the amount on the debit column 1 lakh and in the credit column 1. And you can write down the narration on your phone as well, being plant and machinery purchased. All right. Now, after the purchase of plant and machinery, let's move to the journal entry for the payment of the machinery in by way of by issuing the shares. So when payment is being made to vendor by issuing equity shares of the company, for that the journal entry will be vendor's account debit, vendor's account will be debited. All right, is that clear? Vendor account debit to, tell me. how payment is being made by issuing the equity shares. Na? So journal entry for this will be vendor's account debit
To equity share capital account.
yes to equity share capital account. We have issued equity share of what value? 100. We have issued 800 equity share having a value of 100 each. 800 equity share into 100 each. That means total of 80,000 equity shares were issued, and it has been issued at a premium, right? So we'll write that as well. To security premium. To security premium reserve account, or simply security premium account. On each share, security premium was 25% of the face value. 25% of 100 rupees is how much? 25 rupees. That will be 20,000. Correct? And now totaling this 80 plus 20 is 1 lakh. We will debit the 1 lakh into the vendor's account. And you can write down the narration on your own, being payment made by issuing 800 equity shares. Got it, everybody? Is this clear? Yes or no? Please confirm if this is clear or not. Zainab and Prerna.
It's
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Okay. Done? All both of you have written this down.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. So this was our question number 12. Based on the same concept, we have other question. Question number 13. Which says 2,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each were issued at two limited. Let's assume it is X limited. I think I have skipped that. Just a minute. Let me correct. Just a moment. Two. Okay. X limited from whom asset of rupees 25,000 were acquired. Past journal entry. What do you think? Do you think you will be able to pass the journal entry for this? Question number 13. Zainab and Prerna. Do you want to try? Zainab and Prerna, please confirm. Guys, what happened? Please let me know if you will be able to pass the journal entry for this question, yes or no. Are you audible? Both of you? Prerna and Zainab. Prerna and Zainab. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. What do you think, Prerna? Do you think you will be able to pass the journal entry for this question?
Yes, sir. I'll try.
Yeah, just give it a try. Zainab, please try passing the journal entry for this question. And then I'll show you the correct solution of it. First of all, we will pass the journal entry for the purchase of asset. That will be assets account debit. We bought the asset of rupees 25,000. So asset account will be debited by 25,000 to X Limited account 25,000. All right. Is it the correct entry for the purchase of asset? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now question also says that instead of making the payment in cash, company have issued 2,000 equity shares for the purchase of asset, having a value of 10 each. So journal entry for that will be X Limited account will be debited this time. X Limited account debit 25,000, and we will be paying X Limited by issuing shares. So 2 equity shares, equity share capital 25. No, we are issuing 2,000 equity share having a face value of 10 each. That means 2,000 into 10. So total of 20,000 will be written to the equity share capital. And the balance arising, there is a balance now. X Limited account is debited by 25,000. Equity share capital was credited by 20,000. Then tell me to which account remaining balance will be credited. To which account remaining balance need to be credited. You can see the debit part of the journal is greater than the credit. Na? So there is a balance. The balance needs to be adjusted. To which account? Tell me quickly. To security. Yes, to security premium reserve account or security premium account. 5,000. Yeah, this is the journal entry for research. Got it, both of you? Is that clear? Is it clear, everybody?
Yes.
Done? Written this down? Have you written it?
Yes,
sir.
Okay. Moving on to next question. Question number 14. Try solving this question. Question number 14. This time, Good Luck Limited have purchased machinery costing 10 lakh from Fair Deals Limited. Company has paid the price by issuing equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 25%. We need to pass the journal entry for the above transaction. Problem is this that in this question, number of shares issued for the purchase of machinery is not given. Question is telling us that company have bought machinery costing 10 lakh, and in respect of that payment is being made by equity shares, but it is not there given there in the question that how many shares are being issued. You need to find that out. You'll have to figure out how many shares will be issued to settle the cost of machine, considering the face value of the machine is 10 and it is being issued at a premium of 25%. All right, see. In this question again, you will pass the journal entry for the purchase of machine first. And journal entry for the purchase of machinery is machinery account debit. Machinery account will be debited. By 10 lakh, right? To this account. We bought the machinery from Fair Deals Limited. Na? So we'll write down to Fair Deals Limited. Got it? Is that clear? You can write down the narration for the purchase of machine now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's talk about the payment to be made. Payment will be made to Fair Deals Limited. So let's pass the journal entry. Fair Deals Limited account debit. Right. Two, we have to issue equity shares. To equity share capital account be credited. And the value of the equity share is going to be 10 rupees each. 10 each. But the problem is that we don't know how many equity shares are to be issued. Right. And unless and until we know the equity share capital, equity shares being issued, we won't be able to credit the amount to equity share capital. Similarly, as this question says that we are issuing the equity shares at a premium, so that means we have to credit the security premium reserve account as well. Security premium account as well. And security premium will be credited by what amount? That can only be determined after you determine the number of shares being issued. We only know that security premium will be 25% of the face value. That means 25% is the security, 25% is the premium. That means 25% of 10 rupees is 2.5, right? But unless and until you know the number of shares being issued, you won't be able to write down the value of the security premium. Neither you won't be able to figure out the equity share capital amount. And unless and until you find out these balances, you won't be able to write down the amount. Yeah. Got it? Is that clear, everybody? So that means the first thing that we'll have to do, we will have to figure out the number of shares being issued. Got it? So for that, I'll prepare an extra working note. Both of you are able to understand this now, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So we are preparing an extra working note for the calculation of the number of shares being issued. So I'll write down the name of the working note is calculation of number of shares being issued. Number of shares issued. And to calculate the number of shares issued, what we'll do, so whatever the amount of consideration, we'll write down, this is the formula that we'll use. Number of shares equals to amount of consideration that we need to pay for the purchase of machine. Amount of consideration divided by face value of share plus premium. Now see, consideration that we need to pay on the purchase of machinery is 1 lakh. Okay. And no, not 1 lakh, 10 lakh. And the face value of share is 10 rupees per share, on which we will be charging premium at 25% of the face value. That means 25% of 10 rupees is how much? 2.5 rupees, yes or no? So 10 lakhs.
Yes.
divided by 12.5. Is that right? And by dividing this, you will be able to know how many shares needed to be issued to make the payment. So 10 lakhs divided by 12.5. This will be 80,000 shares. We need to issue 80,000 shares to settle the payment. I hope this is clear, everybody. Got it?
Yes.
Please write this down in your notebook. Please note down this working note. And if you are not able to understand anything in this working note, please tell me. I'll help you understand. Everything clear? Prerna and Zainab. Done, all of you. Please tell me.
Yes, sir, done.
Done. Now we can pass the journal entry. Since we know the number of shares being issued, so we can simply multiply 80,000 into 10. We'll get 8 lakhs. So we'll be issuing equity share of rupees 8 lakh at a premium of 2.5. That means 80,000 into 2.5 will be 2 lakhs. And totaling this, we will find out the total amount that needed to be paid to Deals Limited, which is 10 lakh. All right, is that clear? Anybody having any doubt, any problem?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt. Done. Shall we move to the next question? Shall we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
So this was question number 40. Okay. Try solving this one. This one. Done, is that done? Prerna and Zainab? Prerna is still doing it?
Yes, sir.
Zainab, you solving it?
Sir, I'm still doing it.
Okay, Zainab.
Done, sir. Done,
Done.
sir.
Is that you, Prerna? Okay. Could you please tell me the entries? Starting with Prerna.
Assets account debit to Geeta and Company.
Mm-hmm.
5 lakh.
Mm-hmm.
Geeta and Company account debit to bank account 1 lakh.
Yes, that's right.
Geeta and Company account debit to equity share capital account to security premium account.
Could you please tell me the values as well?
4 lakh, 3 lakh 20,000 and 80,000.
Yes, that is correct. Zainab, you got the same values? You got the same answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. So this is done. Very good, both of you. Well done. Anyways, this is the correct answer of this question. If you want to take the screenshot, you can take. Let's move to the next question. Question number 16. Sorry. Bhushan Lamb Limited issued 30,000 fully paid up shares of 100 each for purchase of the following asset and liability from Sharma and Company So Bhushan Limited have issued 30,000 fully paid up shares of 100 each for the purchase of following asset and liability for the Sharma. Basically, Bhushan Limited is purchasing these asset and liability from Sharma and Company. So basically, in this question, seller is Sharma and Company and buyer is Bhushan Lamp Limited. And Bhushan Lamp Limited have bought plant, land building, stock and trade, and sundry creditors. Now, out of these four items, three are asset and one is liability. Right now, plant, land and building, stock and trade, these are assets, and sundry creditors is a liability. Okay. And in respect of the asset and liability, company have decided to issue equity shares. Correct? So, do you want to try this question first, and I'll show you the solution. Will that be okay? Danab and Prerna, do you want to try it first? Then I'll show you the correct solution of this. Will that be okay for you? Or do you want me to solve this question for you? Okay, just do one thing. Let me solve this question for you. I'll give you another question, which is pretty much similar to this one that you can solve on your own. Okay. Anyways, so let's start with the question number 16. So whatever the asset that we have got need to be debited. Whatever the liability that we have got need to be credited. Right? So journal entry for this will be plant account debit, land and building account debit, stock and trade account debit. Plant account will be debited. Value is 7 lakh. All right. And land and building for 12 lakhs. Then stock and trade for rupees 9 lakh. And then creditors of 2 lakh. So 2 creditors. And from whom we have bought these asset and liability, we bought it from Sharma and Company. So the vendor is Sharma and Company. So write down the name of the vendor to Sharma and Company. Okay. We have basically we have issued. Just a minute. Yeah. So we have decided to pay Sharma and Company by issuing 30,000 equity share of 100 each. Huh? So to Sharma and Company, we bought all these asset and liability by issuing 30,000 equity share having a face value of 100 each to Sharma and Company. That means total payment that Sharma and Company will be making is 30 lakhs. Is that clear? Everybody, is it clear? Now you
Yes,
can
sir.
see there is a difference arising in the debit part of the journal. Totaling this is how much? It will be 7 plus 12 is 9 and 19 plus 9 is 28 lakh. Total asset that we have bought is value of the total asset is 28 lakh, right? And the liability also, we have also taken over the liability. Subtracting the liability, just a minute. See, pay attention, try to understand. The net payment that Sharma and Company net payment that Bhushan Labs Limited has to make to Sharma and Company. Payment needed to be made. Pay attention, try to understand. No need to write this down. Payment needed to be made by Sharma and Company. Sorry, Bhushan Lamp Limited. Bhushan Limited. What amount he need to Bhushan Lamp Limited required to pay to Sharma and Company? Bhushan Limited is required to make the payment since total of 28 lakh of asset has been taken over and liability that has been taken over by this company need to be subtracted. Keep that in mind. Liability taken over is 2 lakh. So ultimately we can say the net asset taken over is only of rupees 26 lakh. Then how much payment is required to be made by Bhushan Limited to Sharma Limited? Tell me. How much money is required to be paid by Bhushan Limited to Sharma Limited? Only 26 lakh, is that right? Bhushan Limited will be required to pay 26 lakh rupees only. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Since asset purchase was 28 and liability was 28, sorry, 2 lakh. So we will calculate the amount of consideration after adjusting the liability with the asset. Liability is of 2 lakh, asset is of 28 lakh. That means Bhushan Limited should pay 26 lakh to settle the account with Sharma and Company. But tell me how much amount he is actually making. How much amount Bhushan Limited is actually making? Tell me. How much amount is actually being made by Bhushan Limited to Sharma Limited? Tell me quickly. Prerna, are you able to understand this point? Yes or no? You want me to explain it again?
Yes, sir.
See, Prerna is given the question that Sharma have taken over some asset and some liability. Asset taken over by not Sharma. Bhushan Limited have taken over some asset. Value of the assets was 28 lakhs. Got it? And along with the asset, Bhushan Limited also took over the liability. From whom? From Sharma Limited. Liability was of 2 lakhs. Then what is the net amount that is payable by Bhushan Limited to Sharma Limited? Find out the amount payable, or you can also call it net consideration that is to be made. Net consideration that should be made by Bhushan Limited. To calculate that, we will simply subtract liability out of the asset. It's adjusting the liability with asset, we will get 26 lakh. So ideally, Bhushan Limited should pay 26 lakh to Sharma and Company Limited to settle their account. Got it? How much amount Bhushan Limited needed to pay to Sharma Limited? 26 lakh. Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
But how much amount Bhushan Limited have actually paid? Actual payment made. The actual payment was made by issuing equity share, 30,000 equity share of 100 each. That means total payment was made of rupees 30 lakhs. Right? Is that clear to you now? Instead of
Yes,
making the payment of 26 lakh, Bhushan Limited is paying 30 lakh. So what do you think? Why company is making extra payment? Why Bhushan Limited is paying extra amount to Sharma and Company? For what purpose? Obviously for the goodwill purpose, for the goodwill of the company. You understand that? So the extra amount that is paid by Bhushan Limited to Sharma Limited need to be debited to goodwill account. Got it? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that means we will have to write down. We will have to debit the goodwill as well. Or if you are not able to understand, simply consider that whenever the debit side is less than the credit side, we need to debit the goodwill account. Goodwill account needs to be debited. And this time goodwill account will be debited by 4 lakh. That means apart from plant, land and building stock and trade, we must have also got goodwill of rupees 4 lakh. All right. I hope this is clear now. I
Yes, sir.
hope it's clear, everybody. Okay.
Yes,
All
it's
right then.
clear.
So this is clear now. Okay. Now this is the entry for the purchase of asset and liability. Now let's move to the entry for the payment of the payment being made. So for the purpose of passing the general entry for the payment, we'll write down Sharma and Company Limited account debit 30 lakhs to equity share capital, right? 30. All right, everybody. Is that clear? I hope this is.
Yes, sir.
So this was question number 16. I have one more question. If you want to try this question, just give it a try. Question number 18. Skipping 17 for now. Just move to question number 18. Because this one is pretty much similar to the previous question, so I want you to try this. Done, everybody. Both of you done.
Still doing it now.
Okay, no problem.
Done, sir.
Done. Enough. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Prerna, what about you?
Done, sir.
Okay. Okay, then please tell me the entry. Then you start first. Please tell me the entry for the purchase of assets and liability.
Plant and machinery account debited, building account debited, sundry debtors debited account, stock account debited, cash account debited, to sundry creditors account, to Mrs. Roy Brothers, no, Miss Roy Brothers, to capital reserve account, and Miss Roy Brothers debited account debited to share capital account.
After the Messrs. Rai Brothers, anything
What,
that,
sir?
could you please tell me the entries again, starting from the beginning? I'm sorry. Please start from the beginning. Plant and machinery account debit, then
Building account debited to sundry debtors account debited, stock account debited, cash account debited to sundry creditors account, to Mrs.
Messrs.
Roy
Rai Brothers.
Brothers, to
Okay.
capital account.
Capital reserve account.
Yeah, capital reserve account.
Yeah, this is important.
And then
See, whenever the debit part of the journal entry is greater than the credit part, then the balancing figure is recorded to the capital reserve account. And whenever the credit is greater than the debit, then the balancing figure needs to be recorded under the goodwill account. I hope this is clear. Okay. All right. Please continue. Please continue, Zainab.
okay, sir. Then Mrs. Roy Brothers account debited to share capital
That is not
account.
Mrs. It is pronounced as Messrs. Messrs.
Mr.
Rai Brothers.
Okay, Mrs.
Go on. Messrs. Rai Brothers.
And then Mrs. Roy Brothers account debited to bank account. Last one.
Yeah, that is right. Okay. Have you done the same thing, Prerna? You recorded the journal entry in the same manner.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in that case, that is correct. If there is any discrepancy, I'm showing you the correct journal entry for this. If you want, you may take the screenshot of this. This is the correct entry for this question. And I'm assuming that both of you have already did it correctly. Then, all right. So, guys, I'm giving you a few questions for the homework. Kindly take the screenshot of this question. This will be your homework. This will be the homework. Kindly take the screenshot. Once you are done, let me know.
Done, sir.
Okay. Also, take the screenshot. Just a minute. No, don't take the screenshot of this one. Okay, if you can solve this question, kindly take the screenshot of this one. Question number 21. Question number 21. So 19 and 21 I'm giving you for the homework. All right. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 19 and 21 will be. Okay, so this is it from my side. That's it for today. We'll continue from this point onward in the next session. Thanks, Janab and Prerna, for joining the session. Take care. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, sir.